In this video right here, we got Lil Woody talking about the time he got into a full-on squabble with R&B singer Jacquees. Now this isn't your everyday matchup. On one side you got Woody, who already carries a certain street reputation, and on the other side you got Jacquees, known for his smooth R&B vocals and slick persona. You don't usually hear about rappers or street figures crossing paths with R&B singers like this, but when it happened, it definitely left people talking. So without wasting any more time, let's go ahead and jump right into the video.
Man, I had beat up Jacquees one night, bro. I ain't even know that nigga was a rapper, y'all. I had beat up Jacquees. We was in the studio. Dude mad. Dude walk around mad in here. so now we don't lost. I lost my last bet. Man, like, who that nigga here, man? Long story short, Duke and Yet beat the nigga up. So when they beat the nigga up, they like, man, put that nigga out the studio. Chicago want to say, we love you, Woody. I love y'all too. I just ran to millions of Chicago people. So they beat nigga up. So we put the nigga out the studio. Get out the studio, nigga. Who you up here with? So why somebody ask who the nigga up here with? This is the old nigga on the side of me looking like a fake ass Lil Wayne. He gonna say, it's my cousin. I done lost my money. I ain't got a piece of cent in my mind. You hear me? When I see a nigga say, it's my cousin, I turn around, punch that nigga right in his goddamn mouth. Fuck, nigga. It's your cousin, so I bet $20. He don't made me lose out. I gotta go out here and break in the store. Nah, y'all got me messed up. Man, I punched that nigga in the mouth. Security guard was so fast, that nigga tried to fold me up like a person. I told nigga, what type of freak ass P. Diddy shit you on, nigga? Man, nigga tried to break my arm. My nigga came through. Get your hand off him. He said he can't be putting his hand on no artist. He can't. I said, artist? Now look at Yet. I get Yet eye.
When it comes to rap culture, one thing that's always been clear is how aggressive the people affiliated with rappers usually are. It's almost like an image that's been built up and reinforced over time. Street rap and gangster rap don't just bring the music, they bring a lifestyle, a reputation, a certain edge. The entourage around rappers often feels like they have to carry that same energy. They move militant, they react quick, they make their presence felt, because the image is everything. That aggressiveness becomes part of the persona, and it sets a tone. We're not here to be played with. Now, if you look at R&B artists, it's a whole different picture. R&B has always been built on smoothness, on love, on connecting with the audience in a softer way. Even when an R&B singer comes from the same streets, their persona doesn't carry that same edge. They're not expected to be aggressive or quick to fight. They're expected to sing, to perform, to entertain. So naturally, the people around them don't feel the same pressure to uphold that tough guy role. They don't have to prove themselves in that way. This creates a separation in how the two worlds are perceived. Rap entourages being on defense and offense at all times, while R&B crews carry more of a laid-back vibe. That's exactly why the situation with Lil Woody putting his hands on Jacquees never really sat right with a lot of people. Let's be honest, Jacquees is not known for being aggressive. He's not out here moving like a street rapper or pushing that kind of reputation. So when Lil Woody, with the image and background he carries, chose to press Jacquees, it didn't add up. He didn't gain no real points from that. If anything, it made people question why someone with Woody's reputation and credibility would even waste his energy going at Jacquees in the first place. Nobody is saying Jacquees is a punk. Far from it. But he's not a fighter by brand. He's an R&B artist, a performer, someone whose whole lane is completely different. So when Woody, who is tied to the streets and known to be aggressive, decided to test Jacquees, it came off like he was punching down. Instead of elevating his name, it almost watered it down because people expected him to challenge somebody with his same kind of reputation. Someone who could actually stand on that same stage of toughness. The bigger picture is this. In rap culture, you don't gain respect for targeting somebody outside of your lane. It doesn't make you look stronger. It just makes you look like you're picking on someone who's not built for that type of energy. At the end of the day, reputation is everything. And reputation gets measured by who you choose to stand against. Woody may have thought he was making a statement, but instead it highlighted the clear divide between rappers and R&B artists. One side living off aggression, the other off smoothness. And in that divide, going after someone like Jacquees doesn't raise your stock. It just reminds the world that real respect comes from battling equals, not going after someone who was never playing that same game to begin with. At the end of the day, moments like this show us how fragile a reputation really is in hip hop. You can build your name on being tough, on standing tall, on being feared. But all it takes is one wrong move for people to question your character. Lil Woody stepping to Jax didn't prove strength, it showed poor judgment. Real respect doesn't come from pressing somebody who's not in your lane. It comes from standing toe to toe with equals, with people who carry the same weight and the same energy. And when you cross that line, you risk losing credibility because the streets and the industry both keep score. So the bigger lesson here is this: image is everything, but it's also fragile. If you want your reputation to last, you gotta protect it by making the right choices, moving wisely, and never letting the need to look aggressive overshadow the need to look solid. Because once people start questioning your moves, it's hard to get that respect back.